The devil works hard, but Doc Coyle works harder. No one works more in the industry than Doc, shredder on guitar for bands like Bad Wolves, God Forbid, currently out with Ice Nine Kills, opening up for Metallica, no big deal. But most of all, he was one of my favorite hangs on Headbangers Boat. Welcome to the Scandalous Podcast. Doc Coyle, how are you doing?
Doing all right. Actually, I'm currently with Bad Wolves. So.
There you go. But weren't you like yesterday or a few days ago, like with Ice Nine Kills again?
No, I did a couple events with them during kind of a break, but I was basically Ice Night Kills all year, then took some time off, working on the promo for the Bad Wolves record. Then we got forbid for 10 days. Now back with Bad Wolves. So.
Yay. Good. Got it. Okay. Are you just filling in on guitar for Ice Nine Kills, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, for what I did, I there might be an opportunity to do it again in the future. We'll see. I don't, it's really all on them and what they want or what they feel like they need. So they call me, I'm definitely interested. I love them. Great band. They're, doing great, obviously. So it's a good opportunity for me, of course, just to, be in their sphere and play shows at that level. It's awesome. And they're great guys. So talented too. So very, very hard work.
So you're on tour with Bad Wolves, and I want you to have as many naps as possible. So we're going to try to quickly, if we can, recap Headbangers Boat, the experience. I keep telling all of my friends and family, it was my most favorite thing I've ever done. It was like summer camp with all my best friends in the business, true titans of our industry, Jose, Ricky, Lamb of God, Hatebreed, Shadows Fall, God Forbid, list goes on. How are we describing it after the fact?
I mean, it's kind of a whirlwind, because, I think it's different when you actually have to play because you're like, you can have fun. You are having fun, but you're like, also conditioned around your responsibilities and making sure you can't be, drunk, then go and play a set, or you can't be too hungover to kind of do everything you need to do. But, no, I mean, one, it was just great to see all the bands, and kind of just, so many old friends, so many old acquaintances. But the thing that's really cool about it is just the fan experience. Like they, I'm gonna go outside. It's also got really loud in here. Everyone's talking.
Yeah, for sure. I just love the authenticity, the fact that you were willing to do this. So I'm like, I will take all the noise. Yeah.
The coolest thing I think was just seeing all the fans that liked God Forbid, that either told us that we were one of the main bands that they came to see and one of the reasons why they did it. And just getting that, people telling their stories like, oh, I saw the band. I haven't seen the band since this show or this tour. And we did like an autograph signing and just getting all that kind of feedback, because we're one of those bands where I think we always struggled with where we were at with success, where people like, we knew people liked the band. Well, we were like trying to connect the dots, and that was our connection. And go, hey, the things we did actually did connect with people, and people do enjoy what we do. That was really, really cool, just to kind of have that moment, and and also just playing the shows, man. It was just a great vibe, great intensity, connection, with what we were doing. And then also seeing the new bands. I mean, I know they're not like new bands, but new compared to us have been around for forever. There's so many talented, great bands out there. So kind of getting like see all those bands just crush it. And you're like, God damn, these guys are good. And those bands are, Different Autopsies killing it, the Levelance, Beat Creeper, Bleed From Within, they're all amazing. Dying Fish. Yeah, they're all killing it. So it's like just to kind of connect those dots between some of the newer bands, some of the older bands. It's like just being a part of that as a scene was really special.
Wow, it's like you podcast or something, because that's such a great way to put it. And I didn't really have that thought, but yeah, it is really bridging the big titans of our industry and the newer bands in a really great way. It's like you podcast. It's a great point. Great point. I like that. So who were you so excited to see live again? And who are you just excited to hang out with?
I mean, really, everybody, man. It's just like, it was a really cool moment, the last day. And obviously the last day, it was really tough, with, we lost someone on the boat, which was just insane. And I think everyone had all these mixed emotions, and it, affected people emotionally a lot, I think. And so everyone was trying to figure out how to kind of like process that. And it was the last night, and the Gate Creeper was the only band playing. And right on the side stage, it looked like everyone from all the bands was watching Gate Creeper, just headbanging, high-fiving, cheersing, because they were awesome. And it was just a cool moment, because it felt like we were back at, New England Metal Fest, 20 years ago or something, where we all play, we all write, this is our lives, but we're all just fans too. Like, that's the reason why we're all doing this, because we love the music, and you got to have that moment, and it felt like, just that bit of camaraderie, of like, I don't think, there's some bands on there that do well and make a good living and all that, but it's not about the money. It's about the community. It's about appreciating the art of it, appreciating just that thing of like hearing some heavy metal riffs and a bunch of dudes and ladies enjoying themselves and being in that moment, connecting to that connective tissue right there. Was like, it made you like, okay, this is why we're here. And, you just appreciate it, because those moments are few and far between. When you get a bunch of friends that have been doing a long time that, like I said, we broke up, Shallow Soul broke up. We don't get all those collection of people in one room together very often. So the fact that we got to do that was a really special moment. So you have to kind of like take those moments, you smell the roses, you exist in it, and then, and then appreciate it. And it's a great memory,
I mean, well, and I forgot to say, and I forgot to thank you, because that's kind of how, back to a few things you said, I just wanted to thank you really quickly, because you said something and I was like, oh my God, that's how you made me feel. But like, so many people were just getting down for God forbid. So it was really confirming that you did something really great and wonderful. And talking to you, that's kind of how you made me feel, and talking to Jose and talking to Ricky about like my podcast. So thank you for doing that. I appreciate that. Just wanted to thank you for that, moving right along. But also what you just said, it was kind of, if you go to shows a lot, you work in the industry, you interview, and you put like a lot of time and a lot of effort, and you have these like deep personal relationships with these people like you and I do. It was kind of the culmination of your relationships with all these people, right? Like the years of going to the shows and all the time spent together. It was just this kind of beautiful culmination of all of that. And I thought it was a nice homage to all the shows we've been to before and all the beautiful times, connective tissue, like you said. It just felt like a beautiful culmination of all these beautiful friendships, relationships, and this music. And after we did lose someone, did you see Joss's speech?
I mean, we was talking about like right at the beginning, like when you were talking about, I think I caught a little bit of it.
Yeah, for sure. I think they were a great band to go on first, after we were all freaked out after losing someone. And throughout the day, I caught Mark Morton's set, caught you guys, and it just made the music more important. And it, experiencing that tragedy, was like, oh, this is like what it's all for. And you really do just have to do whatever the fuck you love in life. And what you love in life is really important, because if you're worried about what other people think in life at all, it really doesn't matter. So I thought that was this really beautiful, special thing, taking away from that tragedy. Yeah. And
I mean, Jamie is a very thoughtful person, and he understands people, which is like probably why he's a great frontman and also able to be a great podcaster in his own right, So yeah, he's gonna be the guy that's gonna be able to kind of encapsulate it and connect all that together, and give people what they kind of need, and that's, because when you're the front person for a band, you're kind of a leader in that moment, right? You're a spokesman, you're someone that, hopefully has something that puts people's minds and hearts at ease. And for a lot of people, especially heavy music, it's like cathartic to dealing with their own tragedies in their own life, their own difficulties. So it's just a manifestation of, I think, the same reason why people make that music or get in the pit, or like why a lyric resonates with them. It's all connected to, trauma and tragedy and heartache and all that stuff.
So I miss the catering, I miss the bar, I miss all the events. Were you like waking up the next day going, oh, I wish I could just like walk downstairs and have like a full buffet. I wish I could just go to the bar and have whatever drink I would like and have a champagne topper on top of that. Were there any like little funny things you noticed about boat life after?
Um, no, not really. I mean, yeah, it's nice. It's convenient, but it's like I think like 4 days is like the max.
I
I,
got
you know, I kind of by that last. Like, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for land.
Okay, I got
Some different things, but no, you enjoy while you're out there, and I feel like me, like I get so much into the music that like my whole schedule is revolved around. Oh, I want to see this band. I want to see that band. I want to like. So I was like, so like eating and stuff like that. It was almost like I just need to eat something so I can go
Yeah.
watch the next band. It just, you know what I'm saying? It was almost like I need fuel, but I wasn't like that wasn't the best thing about it for me. The best thing was just like seeing the bands and playing the shows. That was like the main thing I was concerned with, and hanging with my lady.
Yeah, for sure. So I got some fan questions from the Facebook groups. So we got some good ones in there. Scott wanted to know which God Forbid set was your favorite.
I mean, I feel like the third one was probably the like coolest because of just it probably sounded the best stage, best lights. It was like, and we had kind of ramped up to that, playing every day, you get a little tighter, you get a little better. But it's somewhere between the second, but the second one was really cool too. There's a great energy in that room and a really cool vibe. But I'd say, yeah, probably the last one was probably the coolest show in terms of just, biggest crowd, like saw the pictures like Randy, so it looked awesome. And I'm probably sounded the best too out of all of them.
And looked the coolest. I got the best videos of you from that last set. So yeah, you looked that last set. Yeah, for sure. What, let's see, was it Scott? Okay. Yeah, Scott also wanted to know what was your favorite God Forbid set?
Probably the Lamb, Ashes of the Wake, because that was just, I've never seen a lot of those songs, and they just were so tight. The sound looked so good. That was really incredible. And then Mastodon was unbelievable. Like, getting to catch them, I caught them one time, and then Malevolence really impressed me too. That band was incredible. I got to see them a couple of times. They were fantastic.
Yeah, and especially about that Lamb of God set, we were all hanging out together, and it was just so cool. Like Wayne, Kat, Kirsty, you, Jasmine, and in what world do you get to go to such a cool show with like all your friends from all over the country? That was like such a cool memory.
I mean, everyone was great. All the bands were amazing. Like, I was really blown away by just the talent, and how hyped the crowd was, and excited for every band people were. I didn't really think about it, until we did it, but it's like the collection, like kind of the style of bands. There's really not an event like that. Like, everything is so like, oh, here's death metal over here. Here's hardcore, metalcore. Here's new metal. But this is like, I don't say the purest version of metal, but there's something about the types of artists that they're selecting for this. It brings out a certain type of fan, and it's a certain thing that like, it's like, this is the real deal right here. It was cool.
Yeah, it was all my favorite bands. I mean, and you're so correct. The lineup cannot be, I mean, I wish it would be duplicated. That would be wonderful. But it was every single band almost I've had on my podcast, and like every single band that's on my favorite bands. So
the lineup they have for next year, I think, is just as good or better. How they're really outdoing themselves, and I think that's great.
Yeah, I definitely have my early booking time, so I'm on it with that. And yeah, so Andre from the Facebook group wants to know which bands you're currently excited about and listening to right now.
As far as like new bands, I've been really into that Kim Dracula record. That, I don't know if you're familiar with Kim Dracula at all, but that record is absolutely amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like, it's hard to even describe. It's like every genre of music in one thing. It's like, sounds like Faith No More, then it'll sound like Suicide Boys, and it'll sound like, Judas Priest. It's really wild. So, but it's really cool. That's probably, like, as far as like newer artists, that's probably my favorite thing I've been listening to lately. in love with, the new Avenged Sevenfold record is probably my favorite album this year. But, I definitely feel like I haven't been, discovering as many new bands as I really want to, but I always try. There's probably stuff I'm probably forgetting right now,
You're playing in so many bands. I think, we'll give it to you. You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good. Grammy nominations just came out. Any predictions for who's going to take it home?
I mean, Metallica's probably going to win, right?
Well, God, I should hope so.
I'm always rooting for the new bands. Like I love Metallica, my favorite band, but it's like,
Yeah.
I wish they would just pick more newer bands.
Yeah.
I feel like Sleep Token should have got nominated. Avenged should have got nominated. I think there's some, really culturally significant stuff, that would have been nice if it would have got recognized. But, it's more of a legacy award, but, it's, I'm happy for anyone who gets a nomination, and whoever wins, I'm happy for them too, So there's no bad, no, everyone there is deserving. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the new band, the younger bands, 'Cause I think it means more, right? If Metallica has another Grammy with their other 50 Grammys, doesn't matter, but Spirit Box, that's going to mean more to them,
Well, and our whole genre, like Spirit Box just came out with a song with Megan Thee Stallion. What? Awesome. That's incredible. Have you heard about that yet?
Just like the clips that they've been posting. I haven't heard like the whole thing, but sounds crazy. It's like really interesting.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, you're so right. Sleep Token definitely should have been nominated. Absolutely. So what do you have going on for the rest of the year and coming up in 2024?
Just doing this tour. Bad Wolves, we start with Bush in 2 days. And then we have, a few headline shows where like we just announced that LA show, headline show which we've never done. And yeah, that pretty much takes us almost to the end of the year. The only thing I have on the books is I'm playing Metal Allegiance in Anaheim with like, all my heroes. So that'll be cool. A lot of people from who saw the boat, like Alex Skolnick and stuff like that, Chuck Billy from Testament. So that would be really exciting.
Wow.
And then,
of course you are, by the way. Of course you are. Of course you are.
No, I've never done that event. So the fact that I was even invited is like pretty monumental for me. So I was trying to do them proud, but, I'm doing that. And then, I'm sure Bad Wolves, we're looking at touring for, first quarter of next year. So I'm sure something will be announced soon. It's not locked down yet, but we're going to be busy. And next year is pretty open for me. So we'll see. I don't want to, if it's not booked, then I'm not going to talk about it. And so then it's just talk. So I'm sure it'll be a busy year, but I don't have it mapped out yet.
Well, I love that you're still humble. You get everything and you're wonderful at everything and you do everything. So the fact that you're so excited about Metal Allegiance, I'm like, and he's still humble, everybody. And he's still humble. It's perfect. Is there anything else we should add to it? Can you think of?
I'm going to just let, new Bad Wolves album, Die About It, just came out. Please stream it. Please buy it. Check it out. Come see the band live.